Good day. So I've been receiving a lot of requests on how to apply for full funding in the US. So I decided to make this video. So I will be showing you how you can apply for full funding in the US. So I prepared some slides that we use to explain. Okay. So I titled this Furthering Your Education and Assessing Scholarships. So one thing you have to know is that the US has a lot of schools, and these schools, they have a lot of funding opportunities. So the US have a lot of schools and a lot of scholarships. So one thing you should know is that most fundings are not publicized. So it's because people ask me, can you send me links where I can apply for scholarships? I can't. So most of these links are not publicized. They are on the school's website. So if you go to the school's website, you will see all the scholarships. So you don't need to wait for someone to start sending you links for all the schools in the US. The US have more than 1,000 universities. So you don't expect someone to compile 1,000 universities. I know sometimes I see online 10 schools that give scholarships for mathematics students, but they have more than 10 schools that give scholarships for mathematics students in the US. They have more than 50 schools. They have more than 100 schools. So if you limit yourself to those schools, you are limiting your scholarship opportunities. So don't wait for people to send you links. I'm going to teach you how to do the research yourself. Then you learn how to use what I will teach you to get your scholarships. So another thing you have to know that it takes time. It's not something you start today and you get it the following month. Sometimes you send emails to professors and they don't respond. You can send emails to let's say 50 professors and only 10 may respond. So don't allow it to discourage you. It takes time to write your statement of purpose, meet professors to write recommendation letters for you, prepare to write GRE, or too many things. All this takes time. So you have to have that in mind. So most times application for fall section starts by August, let's say August 2024. But the intake, like when you are supposed to resume, is August 2025. So you see, the admissions section may start August 2024 with deadline either December or January, but you have to resume by August 2025 because the process takes time. You have to apply, then you wait for admission and funding, then you start the visa process. So all this takes time. So you need to have that in mind. Another thing you have to have in mind is that this is a competition. It's very competitive. Many people are applying for this, so you are competing with people from different countries, not just your country. So you are competing with people from different countries. So when you have this in mind, you have to it will enable you to prepare a strong application, a very competitive application, so that your application will stand out, your profile will stand out. So when you have this in mind, like me, I knew about this competition. So when preparing my own application, I try to, because I already have teaching experience, I have research experience, a lot of published papers, more than 20 published papers, but I use more than 20 published papers. I have a lot of citations. So all this, I knew these are my strengths. I highlighted all this in my profile, in my application. So you know your strengths and you try to use your strengths to get what you want. So one thing about this scholarship, you don't have to be humble. You have to be proud of your achievement. Talk about your achievements because these are the things they are looking for. So when you speak good about your achievement, it makes your application stand out and you get the full funding. Now, funding can come as teaching assistantship, research assistantship, fellowship, or part funding. So sometimes they don't give you full funding, so it means you have to pay the remaining part of the fee. We call, most times we say is deficit, the deficit you have for your education. So they give you part funding and you pay the remaining part. So now let me explain teaching assistantship. In teaching assistantship, the school will ask you to either grade students' exam papers or assignments or to teach. In my school, you are asked to either grade or teach. You choose what to do. Research assistantship, you'll be asked to do research in the department. So you may likely not teach, depending on the school, or your focus will be more on research. Then we'll have fellowship and part funding. Fellowship, most times you may end up not doing much. You focus on your education and your thesis or dissertation. Now, what I'm going to explain applies for both graduate program and undergraduate program. Though from my own personal research, I discovered the US fund PhD degree more. They also fund masters, but they fund PhD degree more. You can also get undergraduate scholarship, so you just need to learn how to do your research. But I think they have more scholarships for graduate program. The unique thing about the US, I don't know about other countries, but the US, you can apply for PhD with your undergraduate degree. If you have undergraduate degree, you can use it to apply for PhD. If you are coming from Nigeria and you have HND degree, you can also use it to apply for PhD. So all you need to do is to evaluate your results. You can use WEX, WEX, WEX evaluation to evaluate your result and convert it to US standard result and use it for your application. So if you're applying from Nigeria and you went to a polytechnic, you can also apply for PhD scholarship. So how to apply? So you need to learn how to do school search, how to check the department website and read about funding opportunities. Now, application requirements, all this depends on the school and department. So not all schools will demand for this. Some schools may demand for everything. So we have transcripts. Some ask for unofficial, that's student copy, or official transcript. When I applied, all the schools I applied to, I submitted unofficial transcripts. Statement of purpose, academic CV. So I will advise you to check online how to write a quality statement of purpose, how to write a quality academic CV. English test, not all departments request for this. Sometimes they list countries that they give waiver. So if you are from this country, it means you speak English and you don't need to submit English test. GRE, not all schools and not all departments request for it. Recommendation letters, some schools request for 3, some request for 2. Now, you need to learn how to write US standard recommendation letters. Now, if you write, like when I was applying, I met someone to write for me, and he mentioned that I'm a good boy, I'm a good student, I'm intelligent, I know how to research, I recommend him for admission. It was so short, like 5 lines. He tried his best to speak good about me, but such recommendation letter may not sell well for PhD admission in the US. But if you want to write recommendation letter, you need to know how to write a standard recommendation letter. You have to explain how, so the professor or whoever is writing it for you have to explain how you exhibited different characteristics. So example, if I say Paul is a researcher, then you have to explain why you made that statement. I can continue. I worked with Paul on a research project titled Factor Enhanced DeepSolve, where we developed a novel method. Paul was in charge of designing the method and data collection. I love how he wrote the Haru programming codes. So you give detailed explanation of what I did. So that way, anybody reviewing the document will know and have a better idea of who the applicant is. You don't just give a generic statement and stop there. You have to explain and go in detail. How did the applicant exhibited those features and characteristics you are trying to explain? So when you do all this, when you say Paul is a team leader, you explain further. Don't just stop there. I assigned Paul to organize a team of 5, and I told him to lead a team of 5. So Paul knew how to select the right people and was able to allocate tasks correctly to these people. So you give detailed explanation to show that Paul is truly a team leader. So the recommendation letters have to be of good quality. I know someone that applied, it was not admitted. He sent an email to the graduate coordinator to know why he was not admitted. And they told him, your application is strong, but your recommendation letters were not too good. They didn't speak good of you. And that is the issue. You know, this is a competition. If you are competing with someone that has similar profile like you and his recommendation letters are better than you, it's possible that that can be the difference. So I'm not saying that is the only thing they consider, but just try your best to submit a competitive, a strong application. So application fee, they also request for application fee, but not some schools give waiver. So you check on their website how you can get waiver. So if you check on their website, they can state it, this is how to get application fee waiver. If you don't see anything like that, you can either email the graduate coordinator in the department or you email the admission unit in the school, ask them that you want to get application fee waiver and tell them the reason why you believe the reason why you cannot pay the application fee. You tell them you're a good student, you want to apply, but you have some challenges. You are not able to pay for the application fee because of so thing. If you're in a country where the exchange rate is very high, you lose. So the exchange rate in my country is like exchange rate is very high. I can't afford to pay the application fee, and you give more information. Maybe this is what I earn, and the application fee is 80% of my income. I have so things I take care of. I pay rent, I pay electrical bill, so I can't afford the application fee. So most times when you do this, they waive the application fee. Some will tell you you need to attend a program. If you attend a program, you will receive application fee waiver. So you try. I know of a friend, I think he applied, he sent emails to more than 25 schools and 15 schools gave him application fee waiver. He applied to all these schools and he was admitted to either 2 or 3 of these schools. I will also advise you to pay. Sometimes you have to pay because most of these schools that give application fee waiver, they have a lot of people that apply and it increases the competition. But there are some schools that do not give application fee waiver. It means only not many people will apply. It reduces the competition. That's my own personal opinion. I didn't read it anywhere. I just think that's what I think. If the school is giving application fee waiver to many people will apply, increases the competition. If they don't give application fee waiver to anyone, it can also reduce the competition. I paid application fee waiver and I paid application fee and I also got application fee waiver. Then the next thing, some schools will ask you to email professors before you can be funded fully. So you have to send emails to professor asking them to be your advisor. So if they accept, then you apply for admission. Some schools, the funding is coming from the professor and not the school. The professor has grants and the professor will be the one to pay you, though the professor will pay you through the school. So you have to email the professor for the professor to agree to work with you. When I applied, I didn't email any professor because my department was not asking me to email any professor. So you have to know all this before applying. Should I email professor or should I not? How will you know this? You have to know how to do your research. So when you do your research, everything will be there. You will see what the things you need to apply, what you need to do. So now let's check some examples. So we're going to check some examples. So let's say I want to apply for civil engineering. What will I do? First, you have to know the schools that offer that program. So I can put, so let's say graduate, or let me start with PhD. PhD in civil engineering, or I can write schools offering PhD in civil engineering in US, depending on your course. I like using, so you see different ways, like you can use PhD studies, PhD portal, but I like using US News and World Report. So you see different schools that offer the program. So I'm using civil engineering as an example. So you see, so the next step, you pick any of these schools and search on Google. Someone told me, what if, I will not be scammed. If you search the name of the school on Google, you are most likely not to get, you are most likely to get the school's website. So I don't think you will be scammed. If someone sends you a link, then I don't know, they can scam you. But if you use Google, you will get the right website. So now let's start with Texas A&M University. So this is the next step you do. After knowing the schools, you can just pick any of these schools and write it, Texas A&M University, and put the course civil engineering. It takes you to the department website. The US, they have the school's website, and each department also have their website. So this takes you, look at what I searched, Texas A&M, then I included the department, so I can go directly to the department website. So it takes you to the department website. You see the different program they do. The next thing you have to do is to read, you do your research, read about the program, the admission requirements, funding opportunities. So I'm seeing admission and aid. I'm going to click this. I'm seeing prospective students. You can decide to check this. What's this all about? You read about it. But I don't think that's what I need. Scholarship. So if you want to read about scholarship, you check it. Funding opportunities, it will ask you, is it undergraduate? Is it graduate? So if you want undergraduate, you go here. If you want graduate, you check this. So now, if you read this, you see how to apply for, so you see fully supported graduate student fellowship. So this is a fellowship. Remember, I told you funding most times comes at teaching assistantship, graduate assistantship, or fellowship. So this is fellowship and is fully funded, I think. So you read about it and read how you can apply. So this assistantship, so it's competitive, like you see here. So you read about it. Then you read application deadline. So to be eligible for all teaching assistantship, research assistantship, and fellowship, you must apply by March 15. So this is their own deadline, by March 15. That's if you need funding, you have to apply by March 15. Now, some schools use what we call a rolling system. So it means those that apply first will be considered for admission and full funding. So if you apply late and they already have students, the number of students they need, it means you are likely not to be admitted or you are likely not to be funded. So if you notice that the school is working with a rolling system, you have to apply very early. Don't wait till the deadline. So you have to send in your application very early so that you will be among the first people that they will consider for funding. So look at the document they need. They need official transcripts. So this school is asking for official transcripts. So some schools accept unofficial transcript, that's student copy. So sometimes if the school is asking for official transcript, maybe you can email the graduate coordinator. I don't know if that works. I don't know. Maybe email the graduate coordinator and ask if they will accept student copy. Then after you are admitted, you will submit the official transcript. Check if they will do that. They also need official test score from GRE, TOEFL, and this TOEFL. They need 3 recommendation letters, statement of purpose, and your CV or resume. So you see, sometimes when they write optional, I advise you to, if you have it, submit it, because this is a competition. Even though they wrote optional, if you have a similar profile with someone, that optional document may be the difference. So if you have it, you can submit it. So yeah, they say if the application fees are not paid, your application will not be processed and will not be sent forward. So then you have to read if they give application fee waiver, send an email to the graduate coordinator and request for application fee waiver. First, check online, check their website if there's anything like application fee waiver. Then you can email the graduate coordinator to ask about application fee waiver. If you want to know the email of the graduate coordinator, please check the website. You can go to people, then you go to faculty or leadership. So let me check leadership first. So this is the ed department. That's not what we need. Ed department. This is okay. Let me see. This is associate ed department undergraduate programs. This is not what we need. This ed department is not what we need. Associate department ed. So this is graduate program. So you can email this. You can email him and ask for, explain your case and ask if you can be given full funding, or you go to admission unit at the department website. You can go to the school's admission unit and send an email to them asking for application fee waiver if they are going to grant you that. Not all schools will grant you application fee waiver. So let's try one more school, and that will be all for this video. So you can pick any school. So now let's pick University of Colorado. Or let's use University of Washington. Okay, let's pick University of Colorado. So you do University of Colorado, or let's use Washington. University of Washington Civil Engineering. Because I want to go to the department website. If you are using Google, you will not be scammed. I think you will not be scammed because Google takes you to the exact website you need. Because someone asked me, oh, a lot of scholarships, they are not scamming me. And one thing about the scholarship, they don't ask you to pay money. The only time they ask you to pay money is application fee. So don't allow anyone to scam you. So you go to the website, you read around to see how you can check the admission requirement and full funding. So I'm seeing future students, I'm seeing prospective. So you can either go to undergraduate and check for their scholarship, or graduate, check for their scholarship. So the process I'm teaching applies for both undergraduate, master's, and PhD. So you read around, so you see how to apply graduate program funding. So this tells you how to apply and the documents you need, the requirements. So graduate program funding. So you see PhD funding, PhD students are fully funded. So you see, funding come at teaching assistantship, departmental support, and fellowship. So once you are admitted into this department, you as a PhD student, you will be fully funded. They will pay for your tuition, give you money for living expenses, and pay for your health insurance. It's fully funded. The masters, you read about it. So the funding for masters depend on whether the student pursue the professional master's program or research track. So you see, you have to read this to know what to do. See, one thing you have to know is don't start sending emails to graduate coordinator asking for information that are on their website. Don't do that. Because immediately you start sending email, you've started the admission process. If the information is on the website, on their website, and you cannot do research, you are asking them again to repeat what they've already posted on their website. It shows you are not a good researcher. So you have to let them know that you are an exceptional student. You have to let them know that you stand out, that you are unique, and you know how to find information yourself. Only send emails to them for things you cannot find on their website. Don't allow them to start repeating. I think I saw a tweet on X. Someone was saying, like, many students were asking me questions that are already on our website, and I discovered the professor didn't like it. So that's how I knew about that. I'm not saying this is a rule. No, I'm not saying that. So you see, you read all about this. Research assistantship. So this, you work 20 hours per week. So how to apply? So now, to be considered for funding, answer yes on the financial section. So in this case, they are not asking you to send an email to any professor. They say when you are completing the online application, that you will see a place where you'll be asked about funding. Just answer yes. Immediately you answer yes, you will be considered for full funding. In some schools, they will ask you to email professors. They'll ask you to email professors. So some schools will ask you to email professors. So you have to read all this. If they ask you, send an email to a professor, or you have to get an advisor before you can apply. Then you have to look for, you go to people and check faculty members, read about them, look at their research areas. If possible, go online, check their papers. If you are interested in their research, then you send an email to them. You explain yourself to them. Let them know that that your research interest aligns with their research interests. Let them know what you are going to benefit from the program and what you will contribute. So it's like a two-way thing. You learn, you get from them, they get from you. So what you benefit from the program, how the program is going to help you for your future plans, and how you are going to contribute. And tell them your research aligns with their research. You also tell them things that stand out about you, like why the experience you have so far that you think makes you fit for that particular position, a research assistantship position. But this school is not asking you to send emails to them. From here, it's not asking, so you don't really need to send email. It's just saying that you have to tick yes to the question. So I think this is enough to explain how you can search for schools. So you can do this for different schools. So if you want to do for statistics, first you do schools offering PhD in statistics in US. I like using US news. So that's it. So this gives you list of schools. So you just pick any of these schools, So example, I want to pick University of, let me pick another school. Example, if I want to pick Iowa State University. So all I do is Iowa State University, and I write statistics. So are you seeing this? It takes me to the Department of Statistics. Then you look for funding opportunities. You just look around the website. So graduates. So let's see. So this is talking about the program. So this funding. Are you seeing this? Funding. Almost all PhD students receive funding. This is how much they pay. Funded graduate student also. So you see, they give health insurance. It's simple, not difficult. Then you have to know the requirements. What the requirement for you to apply. So you check the website and look for the requirements. So you have to check the website, look for things you need to do for you to apply. So if you check this, you will see everything you need, So you can also check the frequent question and answer. How can I apply? You admit a student for the coming fall. So now they admit more than 20 students. Are you seeing this? More than 20 students every fall. So I need to state this. The US, we have fall semester, we have spring semester, we have summer semester. So fall semester start by August, spring semester start by January, summer semester start by May. Most schools give funding for fall. And the admission process most times start either August, September, or so if your target is fall 2025, that's August 2025, the admission process will start around August, September 2024. And deadline most times is January. Like look at this school, is January 15th. Some schools is December 15th, December 31st, January 1st, January 5, January 15, January 30, depending on the school. So these are all the things you have to check. Read a lot, do your research. So this school is asking for GRE, are you seeing quantitative, verbal, analytical writing, your GPA, are you seeing all this? So you read about, do your research online, and that's all. Very simple. Don't wait for people to send you link. Everything is on the school's website. Then after that is when you are funded, you start the visa application. You get I-20 from the school. So there they will state if they are giving you scholarship, how much scholarship they are going to give to you. Are you going to pay any amount from your own pocket? If you are fully funded, then the scholarship covers for your fees. If you are fully funded, then you don't need to show any bank statement to get this I-20 and also to go for your visa interview. The money you pay is, we call it service fee, and it's $350. That money is valid for a year, meaning you can go for a visa interview as many times as you want for 1 year using a single service fee. So if you go the first time and you are denied, you can still go again using that service fee. It is valid for 1 year. But visa fee is valid for it's valid once. Once you go for interview, that's all. You can't use that visa fee again. So if you are denied and you want to apply again, then you have to pay for another visa fee. But you won't be paying for another service fee. The proof of fund, if you are not fully funded, then you have to show money in, like you have to show your bank statement to show that you can pay for the balance, the deficit. The DS-160 is an online form where you fill details about you. So the visa officer is going to read your information in your DS-160 and use that to make decision whether to approve your visa or to deny your visa. So you have to be very careful not to make any mistake in your DS-160. Then you schedule an appointment. The student visa allows you to travel with your spouse and children. So you get F1 student visa, while your spouse and children will get F2 visa. So if you have any question, drop it on the comment section. Do well to like this video, share to your friends, and let them know that the US have a lot of scholarships, a lot of funding for students that you can apply and get it. Believe in yourself, submit a strong application. If you need someone to guide you, let me know. So you can drop that. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. I will do well to respond. Thank you, and I wish you success in your application. Have a nice day.